BicepsFitnessLLC.com. Today I'm going to talk about biceps. Alright, as you can see through these workouts, I'm going to teach a couple different things about biceps. Why I always had big biceps, and well, my triceps are probably one of the strongest muscles on my body, but I'll do another video of triceps. But biceps I want to talk about because a lot of people want to get that peak, and I want to talk the truth about biceps because everybody's bicep is shaped differently. As you can see, mine has a high peak and it's tighter. Like a lot of people I train, they're like, oh, I want that gap in between where your joints start and your bicep muscle starts. Well, some people have like elongated muscles. All right, there's two different types of bicep strands. You have the short head and the long head. Short head is right here, and then you have the long head on the outside. And you can see from this picture, the long head, I mean, both of them wrap into your shoulder and they go all the way to your forearm. So the tendons actually attach down here at your forearm, and that's why a lot of people need to understand that doing little short, I see a lot of people in the gym just doing short little reps, and I mean, that's good for a pump, but I think you're better off stretching out the muscle as much as possible. And that's mostly all muscles. I mean, you should be always trying to get the best you can by stretching the muscle. Like, say this is the muscle right here, all right? You contract it, all that blood's pumping in there, and then you expand it. And see how my fingers are separating? That's how muscle fibers are broken down. And when the muscle fibers are broken down, and then you go home, you rest, you heal by eating carbohydrates, protein, creatine, everything that's natural in our bodies, that we supply ourselves with the different amino acids to help build that up and heal that. So those little gaps, as they heal, your muscles start to grow stronger and bigger, and they keep going until you have like a genetic limit, or I mean, once you get that genetic limit, it starts to go slower. But usually it takes a while. I mean, I've been working out for more than 10 years, and I mean, my arms are pretty big. I've had them bigger, especially when you grow in size, you will see that they grow bigger. And is it pure muscle? No. Most of the time when you bulk up, no, it's not pure muscle. But when you are working out the bicep, I think you need to push every muscle as hard as possible. So when you're coming up and you're squeezing, say you're doing like grab a dumbbell and you come up, just do a regular bicep curl standing up, and you can see the blood will pump in. And then if you go slow, this is where muscle breaks down and is built more. See, a lot of people, the problem is they do shortness and they just go like this because it's a lot easier. I mean, it's good in some circumstances as like a superset on some people. I mean, if you have a fast metabolism like I do, I think it's better. You're better off actually pushing more weight and less reps, because the more you do a lot more reps, we tend to lose fat way too fast. And when you do a lot of reps, you're getting your heart rate up, and then it's going to start burning more calories and stuff, and your blood's going to be pumping more. And the thing I found out about being the hard gainer is to always try to do less in the gym, believe it or not. You want to push yourself as hard as you can for a short amount of time. When you're doing that and you're eating plenty of calories, your arms, like your biceps, are going to grow a lot, and you'll see your whatever muscle, like all the muscles you're working, they're going to grow. People that are like mesomorphs, which is like the in-between, they're athletically built already. I mean, they're genetically gifted where they can grow a lot. Sorry about the air condition coming on. But when you try to get leaner, for different types of like endomorphs and stuff, endomorphs I think are better off doing like the 10 to 15 rep range, because then they go in a faster pace. Science has proved that like doing different types of muscles in between and keeping your heart rate up will burn more fat and also help build the muscle together. So building muscle and burning fat at the same time, if you can do that, that's what we want. We don't want to gain just a lot of fat with the muscle, you know. Everyone wants that lean, clean gain. It's a lot slower pace, but it's worth it at the end. So my favorite exercises are, of course, the hammer curl and just a regular barbell bicep curl. All right, like today is actually my bicep and tricep day with my abs. So I'm going to be doing some of these exercises as I've shown in some of my previous videos. And the thing about biceps is, see, everybody's structure is different, and when you're standing straight, raise up your arms, all right, and turn your wrist. See how my wrist, without even trying, are perfectly flat, and they can go further. See how much further they can go? I have a lot of rotation in my arms, my forearms. Now this is where a lot of people start to get aches and pains, like getting golfer's elbow or tennis elbow and stuff, is because they start to go against their true nature of the way their body structure is. And then they start doing different things to try and overcome it. And then they're forcing their arms to go in a certain way for a straight bar. So straight bar, if it's hurting you, if you think it's hurting you while you're doing it, like, see, when I go straight up, I'm not even trying, and my arms are completely straight. So that is good, because for me, barbell curls work for me, and my arms are completely aligned. Now, if your arms cannot turn, your forearms, if they can only go to right there, and you have to force it to go straight like that, like if you're forcing it and you gotta like squeeze in, then that's not good. It's putting pressure on your shoulder and you're putting pressure on your elbow joints. So the best way is to get an easy bar curl. All right, the ones that bend like this, call it easy bar curl. The easy bars, they have a little slant. So when you grab them, it's gonna be on a diagonal. All right, and it might be easier for you instead of using a barbell. So definitely feel the difference. Think with your head when you're doing certain exercises. Just because you saw something online or one of us trainers teach you something, they're like, hey, try this. If you feel that it gets awkward, then it's probably awkward for your body. Not everyone's body is the same. And as we start to train people more and more, we learn how different everybody's body really is. I mean, we have so much different structures. I think we're all human, right? But we're all so different. It's amazing. That's why I became a trainer, is because I love that I'm always learning. It's the only like profession where you're constantly learning and it never ends. It's almost like a doctor, you know. So definitely try doing the easy bar instead of a barbell if it feels uncomfortable for you, or you have to change position any certain way. Like if you start to round your shoulders forward or bring it in and just to get your palm straight, and supinate instead of pronate, then it's like when some people's are a little bit pronated in, so pronate means in, supinated means out. So try to see the difference in your body. Concentrated curls, when you're kneeling down or something, you do one arm at a time. They're always good. It's a good workout. Go nice and slow. Don't just go through the motion. I'm telling you, you'll get a lot more effort. And I think this is why my arms grow so much more than a lot of people I see in the gym. They'll do like 6 workouts for each muscle, and I'm only doing 3 most of the time, 4 at the most. And they're like, why are your arms growing so much more than mine? Because I'm probably not burning it out as much as you do. If you burn the muscle out too much, then the muscle's not going to grow. There is a possibility that even though you may not feel like it's burned out, your muscle may be burning out. You might be just breaking it down so much that it just doesn't want to grow, and your muscles are capable of doing that. So let's try to think about your body, talk to your body, you know what I mean? We have to learn with our own selves how these muscles grow. So hammer curl, barbell or easy bar curl are always good. Taking a cable, like for instance in this video you see me doing a cable curl from behind the back, and that stretches both of your biceps a lot, you know what I mean, both of the muscles. And I think that's one of the best workouts, because when you're stretching it out, you're getting that full expansion. And when you extend it so far like that, it feels really good. But if you feel pressure on your elbow when you go to the final position, like say you get to the end where your arm's all the way back and your elbow is at when you're fully at the extended position, like when you're grabbing a cable and you're coming up and your elbow starts to hurt when you go all the way back, then don't go all the way back. It means you're putting pressure on your elbow and you're bending your arm in. So you want to just slightly bend your elbow at the start. It won't hurt. It means your biceps getting fully extended. But as I was saying before, some people's biceps are longer than others. So theirs might go all the way to their elbow joint and all the way towards their shoulder. I've seen different types. There's so many different types of people with different muscles, and they're like, oh, I want to look like this, I want to look like that. Well, you may be able to look like that, or you may not be, depending on your genetics and how your body's built. Everyone's abdominals are different. Just like some people have 6-packs, some have 8. I've seen people with even a 10-pack. You know what I mean? It's like, and they're really tiny squares. I mean, everyone's different. Some people only have like a big 4-pack, and I've seen that too, where they're just big, really big square abs. I mean, everyone's so different, and you have to realize that our bodies aren't the same. So I would say cables are a good thing, because when you're doing a cable exercise, they're just as good as dumbbells to me, because you are getting full tension the entire time throughout the motion. Instead of like a bicep curl like this, when turning into a bicep curl, when I get down here, there's no pressure at all. There's no tension. But when you're using a cable and you're coming up, it's tension pulling on your arm the entire time, even on the back when you get to the bottom, and it pulls you back. So you're fighting against it and using your muscles the entire time. I found my muscles grow the most when I have tension on the muscle constantly. When I say I'm doing squats or something and I get all the way down and I get to the top, my muscles in my legs don't get as strong if I relax them at the top. Like some people straighten their legs out to take the tension off, but mine seem to get weaker actually if I keep doing that. So keeping tension on all of my muscles for all the reps I can, or all the sets that I'm doing and reps, it helps me build muscle. So check out what works for you. Try a couple months with low reps. Try a couple months with a high amount of reps. I know I never really recommend above 20 reps when you're trying to build muscle, but everybody's different. I mean, you might be doing that amount of reps. Maybe your fast twitch muscles don't grow as much as your slow twitch muscle fibers, and you're just different type. Like everyone's fiber types are different. Some people have more of a certain type of fiber than the others, and maybe I'll do a video on the slow twitch and fast twitch muscle fibers, because a lot of people have this thing where they don't understand what slow twitch and fast twitch are. So in my training, they basically teach you that slow twitch is basically things that you do that you can do for a long term. So it'd be like more reps. So writing with a pencil is using slow twitch muscle fibers because you can do it for a while. Fast twitch is power, short, burst. You know what I mean? So I was always better with power, short, burst. That's where I grow the most. So fast twitch muscle fibers are the ones that I have more of and probably I grow the most with doing fast twitch muscle fibers. When I do any slow twitch muscle fibers and I do a lot more reps, I don't grow as much muscle. And you have to find out what works for you. And I hope you like this video about biceps. There's so many different exercises out there. I just showed you a few of mine: barbell, hammer curls, cable from behind bicep curl. I mean, they're my favorite ones. Check out what your favorite ones are. And if you have any questions about other bicep exercises, there's plenty of them. And I could show you some and do a whole video of just bicep exercises. I just want to talk about today about biceps and how they grow and why mine usually are a little bit bigger than a lot of other people. And it's also genetic too. I have bigger arms. You know, I have like a small waist and I have big arms. My biggest struggle was always my legs and my chest. So everyone has their struggles and everyone has their strengths. So thank you for watching. Train like a god of war, everyone, and let's get to the gym. It's time for me to go.